Make the ground shake.
What's going on, guys? Second video of the Fans Forum, and we're going to be talking about Saturday's Premier League fixtures. There is 7 games this Saturday. There's a few tasty affairs in there, especially a late kick-off for Manchester City Newcastle. But I'm just going to be going through them really briefly with you, thinking what I think the score will be and what will happen in the game. First game, Aston Villa versus Stoke.
Round 1, fight!
Now, both teams are on pretty bad form. Stoke losing their last 2 games 4-1 at Blackburn and Manchester City respectively. Aston Villa have had an awful Premier League season so far, but they did beat Leicester City in the FA Cup and looked really impressive with Tim Sherwood watching in the crowd. Obviously, with him taking over this weekend, it should be quite interesting to see how they perform for him. Stoke won't want to lose another game, especially conceding 4 in their last 2.
There's a threat from set pieces, of course. And there is Crouch, and there is the opening goal. Stoke City lead with 10 minutes on the clock. Crouch looked like he was being fouled there. There's Diouf. He didn't wait around to get the shot in. The skipper had to dive in to win the second ball. Diouf battling away with Williamson and coming away with it. Here's Marko Arnautovic, side netting. And here's Conway. Here's King. Oh, he strikes the crossbar. Here's Victor Moses. Goes between 2. Fine save by Eastwood. There's Diouf. Oh, how did he miss it? Conway's delivery. Duffy with the header. Oh, it's there. It's King in front of the goalkeeper. Kearney unchallenged as he won that one. There's one over the top for King, who has got the beating of Volshad at the moment. Gisted is in the middle. Oh, he's completely miscued it. What a chance. Muniesa. Arnautovic plays the 1-2 with Crouch. Little chip towards Diouf, who couldn't get there. Henley. Gisted was the target. Little flick towards King, who goes down. That has to be a penalty. It is a penalty, and it's a big problem for Stoke and Jeff Cameron. He was the last defender. The red card was inevitable. Rudi Gisted, who missed a wonderful opportunity a little while ago. This time he scores, and Blackburn Rovers lead Premier League opposition. That's a poor header straight to Gisted, and he plays in King. Muniesa's in big trouble. Stoker in big trouble. He scores, King. His second. Crouch wins that one. Here's Moses. They're just getting outnumbered all the time now, and King could be in once again. Joshua King for the hat-trick. He gets it. What an afternoon he's having. Here's Conway. Beats 1, he beats 2. Craig Conway, it's wide. Well, that would have finished it up nicely. A wonderful run from Craig Conway.
But I think Tim Sherwood will have some effect on the Villa players. I'm not sure if it will be enough for him to get a win in his first game. Stoke will be resilient, won't want to lose another one, so I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw for Aston Villa versus Stoke. Now, the second game is Chelsea versus Burnley. Now, obviously, there's only going to be one winner here, in my opinion, and that's going to be a Chelsea win, obviously. Sean Dyche's men have come into the Premier League a bit more as the season's gone on. You thought at the start they were going to be beaten easily every game, but they look to have found their feet a little bit. They're growing with confidence, so I'm not expecting it to be a walkover for Chelsea by any means. But you obviously can't look past their quality that they have in their team. So I think Burnley are going to find it really hard at Stamford Bridge. I'm going to go with a 3-0 Chelsea win and Diego Costa to score all 3 of them. Now, game 3 is the London derby. Not the big one, but the North London derby between Arsenal and Tottenham. It does involve Arsenal, but it's Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. Now, Palace have quite a few Arsenal players, or former Arsenal players, or loanees in their team at the moment. They have Marouane Chamakh, Yaya Sanogo. So this game should have a little slight edge to it if it needs any more. Pardew has done really well since he's taken over as Palace manager, and Arsenal seem to be on really good form at the moment. They look back to their best with their best players like Özil, Sanchez, Walcott is now back, Giroud's firing in goals for fun. They look like they're a really positive team now, Arsenal. I think the Palace game will be tough for them. I can see Palace really putting up a fight here, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 Arsenal win, and goals from Santi Cazorla and Alexis Sanchez, with Dwight Gale scoring for Crystal Palace. Now, Hull versus QPR. Two teams who are at the bottom, they're both looking for a win. Hull, I think they won 2-0 against Aston Villa in their last outing in the Premier League, which was a good result for them. They'll need another result like this. But QPR, who hadn't had a single point away from home all season, went to the Stadium of Light and won 2-0. So QPR should be confident away at Hull. Neither team's performing well. Obviously, both teams want the 3 points, but I'm going to say they're going to cancel each other out, and it's going to be a 1-1 draw here. Game 5 sees Sunderland play West Brom. Sunderland looked really good when Jermaine Defoe came into the team. I think they went about 3 or 4 games unbeaten, but then they've lost their last 2, losing to QPR, then losing in the FA Cup to Bradford, which for a team like Sunderland they should not be losing. Although Bradford, yes, you could argue they've already beaten Chelsea. Sunderland didn't take them seriously enough. They left too many big names out of their side, and as a result they lost. Bradford deserved to go through in the end. Talking about the FA Cup, West Brom battering West Ham. That was a great result for them. Berahino and Brown O'Day really look like a strong strike force now, and just because of the form that them two are in, I can't see anything past a West Brom win. I'm going to go with a 2-1 West Brom away win. Game 6 sees Swansea play Manchester United. Now Swansea, they haven't looked the same team since the departure of Wilfred Bonney. Gylfi Sigurdsson, I believe, has been injured for a few games now, and this has seen Swansea slowly slip down the table. Manchester United seem to have creeped up on the top 2. Slowly but surely they've made their way up there, getting results when other teams have slipped up. And Man U are in really good form, so I can see him carrying this on at the Liberty Stadium. I'm not sure it'll be an easy game for him. Swansea always make it hard, but I can see a 3-0 Manchester United away win, and Wayne Rooney to be back on the goal scoring sheet, if you want to say. So 3-0 Man U. Late game, here we go. This is the big one. Manchester City versus Newcastle. Now, Manchester City have been faltering a bit recently. They look like they're struggling. Yaya Toure should be back in the squad though, which is a massive boost for them. And he should, in my opinion, make the slight bit difference that they seem to have been lacking. Newcastle will obviously may cause a few problems with the likes of Remy Cabella, Ayoze Perez, but they just look too weak defensively. I can't see them holding out City for a whole game, and Newcastle aren't really a team that are going to score many goals away from home. So I'm going to see City getting back in form with a 3-1 win against Newcastle. Right, there's all my Saturday's predictions. We'll see how many I get right, and we'll see how well. If you want to leave your comments in below, if you want to leave your predictions in the comments below, then that would be great. We can see just who knows the Premier League best. I guarantee I don't get them all right. Maybe not the score predictions, definitely not, because in the Premier League they're so unpredictable. Maybe I might get some of the results right, but I guarantee most of you guys beat me. It'd be really interesting to see what you think the scores will be, and thank you for watching the video.
Rim Della Rosa. gas. Win Della Rosa.